Where have we seen this before? A spring professional football league with a strong opening weekend and a feeling that this league might just stick around. And though we don't know just how long the newest version of the XFL is going to last, we do know one thing. Every league that has tried to do this has unequivocally failed. The graveyard is full of spring football leagues. How will the XFL die this time? I will tell you right after this.
This just in. I'm Dick Clippers from 7.5 on your side, and we have a huge announcement. Manscape, the only men's brand dedicated to below-the-waist grooming, has just announced their new tool to trim down your pubic hair safely and securely. Yes, as the feature item of the Perfect Package Essentials Kit, the Lawnmower 3.0 waterproof trimmer has just been released. Let's shoot it over to me in the bathroom. Yes, Dick, the Lawnmower 3.0 has an improved ergonomic design complete with side grips, uses the same fantastic ceramic non-rusting blade, and is now rated at 7,000 RPM with quiet stroke technology. Wow, Dick, I love quiet stroke technology. Yeah, and that's not all. The new 600 mAh battery extends the life up to 90 minutes, has a new ergonomic charger base, and has a built-in LED. That's incredible, Dick. Tell me where I can get one of these. Well, Dick, you can go to manscape.com, use the code 5points and get 20% off your order of the Perfect Package 3.0 and get free shipping. And if you sign up as a subscriber, you'll get refill blades and 2 free gifts. Fantastic reporting as always. I'm going to manscape.com and using code 5points for 20% off right as we speak. That's a wrap? Okay.
Coming out of the first weekend of XFL play, all reports are that this league had a wildly successful debut. In 4 games, each stadium averaged over 17,000 attendees for an opening gate total of a little over 70,000 fans. The TV ratings for the inaugural game between the DC Defenders and Seattle Dragons were phenomenal, averaging 3.3 million concurrent views and peaking at 4 million towards the end. These figures look promising, and with reporters like Darren Ravel saying the XFL has already outsold the failed AAF's gate for the entire season, things are looking up. But let's slow this down like Ravel running a 40. The AAF's opening weekend drew 76,000 fans, and their first game drew 2.5 million viewers. The 2001 XFL saw actual sellouts opening weekend and huge rating numbers, but they died after only 1 season. Is this new league any different? They nailed the opening weekend for sure and have strong financial backing, but that might not be enough to save them. How they die will be an ironic journey. You'll see. Since the 2001 death of the first XFL, we went 18 years before a non-NFL affiliated pro league dare try to stake its claim in the spring. Easy on that comment button, I'll get to NFL Europe in a sec. But in the last 2 years, we had back-to-back attempts at a spring football league. Clearly, business people, no matter how delusional they seem, think this pond is where they should cast their line. So far, they haven't caught anything but a bunch of flack. We know why the AAF failed: underfunded, lack of preparation, and Charlie Ebersol was the Elizabeth Holmes of football. The first XFL failed because though it was fun, the football was boring. Even with all their gimmicks and thong-clad ex-strippers on the sidelines, they died. NFL Europe, despite being subsidized by the league itself, lost money year after year, and since playing football in Barcelona is not a woke cause, the NFL eventually pulled the plug. There's one more league we'll talk about later, which carries the virus that will kill the XFL. Let's talk about the short-term murderers first. What could kill the XFL after just 1 season? We know what has made the new XFL exciting in its debut: innovative rules, an immersive viewer experience, replay officials using Xbox controllers, and decent football. The killer that lurks in the shadows is the season being too long. Despite a strong opening 2 weeks where attendance actually increased, the AAF suffered a precipitous decline in week 4, only drawing 38,000 fans. This, coupled with financing trouble, negative rumors, and lowering attendance, had the league canceled after only 8 weeks. By the time the first XFL made it to the $1 million game, aka their championship, they were on thin ice too, despite completing the regular season and drawing nearly twice that of the AAF. The championship was only attended by 24,000 fans, and even worse, was a blowout. The new XFL didn't correct this either. All of these leagues are set on a 10-week schedule, which is on par with most television seasons. However, keeping the audience's attention for that long is going to be a challenge, especially if you can't manipulate the outcome of games. The bottom line is the football has to be good, and there are no tables to be jumped through here. Reasons it will fail after 2 to 3 seasons. Vince McMahon has deep pockets. He's built an empire on backs that got chairs smacked on them. McMahon has told the world that the league is fully funded for 3 years, with 2022 as the target date for profit. It only took Amazon 10 years to do that, so the clock is ticking. And though billionaires have lots of money, one thing is clear: they don't like losing it. Any of it. And bleeding cash is obviously not a sustainable practice. Since we can for certain say there will be at least 2 years of this new XFL, here are some other big mistakes that could lead to their downfall. The players. The AAF proved one thing: Spring Pro League talent is not NFL ready. Only 17 former AAF players even got signed by NFL teams after the collapse, and many of them ended up back in the XFL, like Rashad Ross, who scored a touchdown in his Defenders debut. Former AAF QB Garrett Gilbert did make the Browns, and that's more of a punishment than anything. Nothing against these athletes, it's just that any spring league is going to have a limited talent pool made up of undrafted players, cut NFL athletes, and practice squad guys, and maybe dudes with behavioral problems. With any maligned NFL talent allegedly demanding salaries that are too high, the XFL is perpetually stuck with developing less talented players. The league will have to continually innovate and employ new rules to attract fans, and unfortunately, you're gonna run out of those. People don't come to games for new rules, they come for talent. Again though, that's not the killer. The thing that will ultimately kill the XFL is terribly ironic. Success is what will kill them. What? The Spring Football League graveyard is packed full with bodies that tried to compete with the NFL. The USFL is a prime example of that. Try to sign NFL level talent? Get wrecked. Try to schedule games during their season? Get wrecked. Okay, the XFL doesn't plan on being that stupid, but they do have a problem. The reality is, even with a guaranteed 3-year start, for any business to thrive, they need to grow. So maybe adding teams initially isn't a good idea, but over time, if the XFL is able to become profitable, they will need to expand. More teams, more players, increased salaries. Maybe if the money is right, players will choose the XFL's shorter season and rule set over the NFL's. So maybe you have a 20-team, profitable league. Well, guess what? The NFL doesn't like competition. They have let other leagues exist because they weren't on their soil. The CFL doesn't bother them. NFL Europe was a failed attempt at manifest destiny. Unless the XFL plays nice with the NFL like the AAF was attempting to do, and failed miserably, the league will be taken to an abandoned row house and boarded up with a nail gun. The power of the NFL cannot be underestimated. Ask the AFL about that. Maybe the XFL is smart enough to stay in their lane, stay small, not ruffle any feathers, and make a modest profit. I think we all hope they make it, but the NFL logo isn't a shield by accident. XFL, take warning. We've seen every version of this before.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the XFL!
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please not forget to check out our sponsor, Manscape.com, and use my code 5points and get 20% off and free shipping. I'm 5 Points Vids, and you made it to the end of this video. And hopefully not the XFL.